I'm sure YouTube will tell me off for this. I always do. I need some music though. Where is Chrome? What have I done? 2 seconds, everyone. Just trying to get some posts out a little bit. We'll get started. Where are we? Cool. I think we're good to go. Oh, I feel terrible. We'll see how much we can get done. So before I was away, we were looking at the weapon stuff, working on the handguns and all that. So I think might just do a bit of about an hour or two of just kind of playing with these and seeing what we can improve. There is quite a bit in here that could be improved upon. Got the gun, the top. If we jump in, we still need to fix the offset. Oh, my animation changed. The right hand releases the animation resets on the default hand. Okay, let's take a look at that. Do something simple. Hi from Paris. Welcome, Bob. Hope you're doing well. Been better, but I'm doing alright. Have you ever done a tutorial to grab at a distance like in Alex? I haven't done a tutorial on that. If I'm being honest, I try to avoid the physics-based stuff because it costs a lot more. A lot of people watching the channel are working with mobile VR headsets these days, so I try to avoid doing the heavy physics-based tutorials because people implement them and then later down the line they don't realize that that causes performance problems for them. So I try to be quite conscious of the tutorials I make. But once I can figure out the grab from distance for this, like we were doing in previous streams, I'll definitely make a video on it. Because it will be super helpful. I need to figure out why the default hand animation changes. I'm gonna grab. The question is that related to the gun or the character? I think the character. Which it's gonna be in the update I've already submitted. Okay, let's have a look. Thank you very much for your answer. Keep the good work. Will do. But if you need to have a look for stuff, definitely have a look at like physics-based interactions and then the move to component. It's pretty much the main things you really need. Line trace from the hand, hit the actor, and then move to component. Right, so I think this is what's causing the hand to release. So I added this in as a check. So if I remove this, we'll have a look. Rothis, you look terrible. I feel terrible. I'm on such strong like antibiotics, but I was going nuts. I've just been sat here listening to music and I'm like, I've got to do something. I got to chat to someone. But thank you for telling me. We'll see how it goes. See how much I can get done. Okay. There, grab, back, release. So yeah, I was right. It is that part of the code. You should rest. I know, but I feel guilty. That's the only problem is I feel so guilty not getting stuff done. I've been out for a week. Actually, more than a week. It's Wednesday now. I did think it was Monday this morning. But, yeah. But literally just an hour or two. We'll see what we can get done. That's enough for me. And then we'll go from there. Although every time I drink something, it does feel like I'm swallowing glass. Oh. So, what about screwed up? I need this one. I'm sure of it. If I don't have this, it messes up. Let's just bypass this. I added this on Tuesday. Like this little bit of code I added on Tuesday because people in the Discord were saying that there was a really horrible bug where if you grab the pistol with one hand, let's say, and then you grabbed it with the second, and you released it from either, it would like ping out, and then one of the hands would get stuck to it. So I kind of sat down for an hour, rushed out this update to make it stop, and then I've only just seen that it's causing the weapon load. Oh! The update coming out doesn't have these guns. That should be fine. Okay, we're good. Because people don't have this update. You got the other one which doesn't have these guns. Ooh. So it should be fine. So that's what happens. So if I grab it now. Is it doing it? Kind of does it. So that's what was happening. And then it was dropping down. But I've added the code back in to do the distance grabbing. Or the release hand from distance. So it does work. it easier to just remove that code or just keep it in, do you think? Less code, the better. So when it falls, it just releases the hand. Would be nice to do a check to see if it's got the same grab component instead of the held actor. If the held component is the same, then we do this. That might be what we need to do. Harry, happy to see you feeling better, bro. Thank you. I'm feeling much better than I was, but I still feel a bit crap. Need to leave a game at work still. No worries. It's all good. But yeah. Okay, so if we do this, held actor left and held actor right, we're going to disable that. And what we're going to do instead is we're going to do the held component. Held component left, held component right. We'll try this because we only need the held components if they're the same one. So if we can keep that in there, it just feels a little bit nicer releasing the other hand at the same time. Now it doesn't do it. Okay, that was easy enough. Ooh. That was a very easy fix. Which is really annoying because I can't submit a new update to Epic until they actually bring out the new version that I submitted. So basically I screwed up these. To be fair, if anybody asks, it's probably easier to just be like, just change those variables around. Because I don't think, if I check my emails real quick, I don't think Epic have actually updated it yet. No, pending file update. Cool. So I'm just waiting for them to submit it and then it should be good. Right. That's pistol grab done. What I need to do is make a new release notes page. I messed it up. Add sub page. 2.0. Let's do that. Be good to get this one up for 5.4 as well. I'll leave that for now. I don't know if I'll need it. In progress. That's fine. Save that, and then we just copy this one. This is the one that I've just submitted. So I'm just waiting for it to go through. Should be fine. Bug fixes. Interacting with active. No. Animation. That's cool. Additions, I need to go through that additions list and add all the gun stuff that I've been working on anyway. I do have some grenades that I've added in. Don't know if I've shown these before. So if I go in here, so these ones, if I press the trigger button, I can then throw it, not very well, and then it explodes. So I can drop them. And then we get like a little explosion. And then these ones, we can't press the trigger, but I can hit them on the top. And then it activates, although I did drop it at the same time. So it's like a hit, and then throw, and then it explodes. It's not much. It's got a lot of work to be done, but I think for examples... Oh. That's bad, isn't it? Don't know. I've got to sort these holsters out, I think. Them holsters need a full rework, I believe. Oh, I got a bunch of errors. I think that's because they've been added to the holsters. Govanik, yo sir, really good to see you. It's nice to be back. How are you feeling today? I'm feeling okay, but I'm still feeling pretty rough. I've taken all my painkillers and my antibiotics. I just thought we'd do a couple of hours to see what I can get done. Might not be much. Might just be a chill stream. But I was just going a bit crazy, not getting anything done. Brian, glad you're feeling better. I'm definitely feeling much better than I was. I was pretty awful for a week. I'm gonna remove them holsters for now. Really annoying. Yeah, let's chill today. Yeah, it's gonna be nice and chill. Just do a couple of little bugs here and there. We'll fix some stuff. I'm just trying to decide what I want to work on. I really want to build a throwing system, so it's just nicer to work with, but I don't have it in me today to tackle something that big. I don't know whether we can just take a look at cleaning these up, cleaning the guns up. I want to tidy basically all of this. I'd love to tidy it up a lot more. Why have I got that as rack shotgun? It's a pistol slide. This one needs to be offset still. We need it to think that it's further forward than it is. That way it doesn't snap back. Because it's using the pivot point to then slide along the main bit. I wonder if I could put this pistol slider as part of the spline. Don't know if this is going to break it. But man, the day I saw the news on Discord, I also got my back fucked doing gym. I accidentally jerked my middle back and had to go to bed and rest for a week. Damn. So basically what happened is we went out on the Sunday with friends to a little, we took the kids to a little farm. So we were just chilling all day and we were absolutely fine. And then we wrapped up at about probably about 2 o'clock, and then went to a park. Well, to be fair, was at the farm, and then I fell over while holding the little one, so I done my back in and my hip, because I landed on like a concrete planter on a railway track, so it hurt like hell hitting the ground. But I was fine, kids were fine. The guns are gone. So didn't think much of it. I just kind of got up and carried on plodding on. And then we took them to the park later on in the day. And at about, I think it was about 5 o'clock, we had to get the train home. I've got to undo this. There we go. We got the train home, and then as soon as we got on the train, I kind of just started to shiver. Like I was really cold, and I just couldn't stop shivering. So didn't think much of it. Just thought it'd been a long day and just feeling like crap. So we got home, got on the sofa, and then I was still, basically it was like 2 hours at this point. I was still shaking, couldn't stop, and then I got a stutter. So I was shaking, I was stuttering, and then my fiance took my temperature, and it was in like the high 40s. I had like a fever. So it was like, okay, phone the out of our doctors. We did that. Went down there at about 10 o'clock. It was either 9 or 10, and then they got me to do a bunch of tests. And they're like, okay, you need to go to A&E, which is like accident and emergency at the hospital. We don't live too far from it, so it wasn't too bad. Why don't I grab that? There we go. And then got down there, and surprisingly, I got seen within 30 minutes. So we saw another doctor within 30 minutes. They did blood tests and a whole bunch of other stuff, and then my blood came back with sepsis markers. So they don't know what it was, but I had some kind of infection that was just royally fucking me up. So went down there. I had to have a head CT. So they scanned my head because I fell over. And then they scanned my chest. They did a chest x-ray at the same time. So I had both of those done, which came back fine. So basically I was in A&E for 24 hours, and I had 2 massive bags of antibiotics. 2 massive bags of antibiotics. I had two IV bottles of paracetamol to bring my temperature down. And then I also had Oromorph on top of that to like stop the body pain that I had. So I was in there for about 25 hours before they sent me home. And now I've just got a box of antibiotics that I've been taking for over a week and a half now, which is just killing me in. But they think, it's weird, they think it might have been tonsillitis that I didn't have anything of, like any signs of. Absolutely fine and no problem, and then all of a sudden I was just done for and in the hospital, which sucks. Noiseworks, I've heard this happen to a couple of people recently. I don't know what it is, what's going on, but it's awful. And it's basically done me in for a week and a half now, and I still feel terrible. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm not even with it. Pistol gun offset, spline, Q, forward. we need... I don't know how I can offset the rear spline to stop it from snapping. Because the point is I grab it and then it automatically moves backwards. So it's moving to the motion controller, which is this. But this needs to think it's further forward. Yeah, there's a flu going around. People are getting infectious as well as pneumonia and typhoid. Jesus, not that bad. But yeah, it absolutely sucks. I feel really tired and my throat is killing. Like I've got a, it's just basically a simple energy drink here. But every time I drink it, I feel like I've got razor blades going down my throat. And then every time I swallow as well. But I was just so bored. I was like, I've got to do something today. I was like, I have to do something. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try doing 40 on here, knowing that the front one won't work. But yeah, I was going to do that whole typical bloke being a bloke and not go to the doctors or not go to the hospital and just ride it out. And my partner was like, no, you're going to the hospital. Yeah, that's a good job I did. Motion controller. Don't know if I'm doing this in the right place. What's the point? It should be that one. On the X. Minus. I have to drastically put this up. And then go from there. That feels like it's less distance to go. But I don't know if I'm just imagining it. Yeah, that's a tonsil problem. That when it sudden weather change. That's the thing. I've never ever had a tonsil issue, and then I didn't even have a sore throat going into the hospital. I just felt terrible. This feels like it's getting a little bit better, but I don't know if it's just my imagination. I think it's my imagination. Yeah, forward vector. Forward vector. I'm just in the slot. This is probably gonna be way off. I'll be back 15:25. I've done an appointment for this. Oh, no worries. Hope it goes well. Okay. Maybe the wrong direction. Should invert it, I think. So how's everybody else doing on this fine Wednesday? Well, that's definitely the wrong way. It's kind of cool being able to just like... That's definitely offsetting the wrong one. Like I just need to add to it. I just pull my hair out. Thanks for the quick reply on Discord. Oh, dude, especially as you're live streaming. No worries. Doing alright. Work is almost done for the day. From tomorrow, getting back into dev stuff. Nice. It's always nice when you can get back into the fun stuff. I say that like I know what you do most days. I just find the dev stuff so much more fun. It's pretty much what's been going on. It's like I spent a week doing nothing. Haven't even been on my phone. And I'm just like, I'm so ready to get back into it. Okay, so doing... Okay. I don't know if I just accept it. The simple fix is doing what we looked at previously. Grab component, slide rear. Bring these hands back so we can see where they are. Do that. I can then move the grab component way forward. The hands back. So now the grab component's closer to the center. Go from there. What I could do is a V-interp 2. So we've got the timer. We could get the position and then lerp it over time. That would smooth it out. That's an option. That's going to be a decent option. Ryan, admin and marketing most days. Dev stuff is more fun. Dev stuff is always fun. That works. I'm an animator. The dev stuff hurts my brain. Oh man, I'm the other way around. I can't do animations to save my life. I've got to do rigging for these. So right now the pistol is just a static mesh, but I need this to have a bone in there and animated. So if you pull the trigger, it goes back. It kind of recoils, and then there's a little door in here as well. But I need that to open it up and shoot, and then the base one needs to be a different skeleton mesh. So when you pull the trigger, it actually has the animations that you find on the default gun. I've got to sit down and redo it all, and I'm just like, I don't want to. I don't want to do it. It's easy enough, and it's not difficult. It's like 5 bones, throw it into Blender, and then do some quick animations. But I hate animating so much. Oh, I never rig inside of Unreal. Heard they add lots of new tools. They've added a whole bunch of tools, but I won't rig in Unreal. I'll do it in Blender. It's way easier to do. I gotta head off. Hope you have a good day and figure stuff out. We'll love talking to the Discord sometime and pick a brain. Definitely do it. We got plenty of people in there these days. I think we're at like 3,500. We're a bit quiet, but we do it. It's all good. Okay, I move that forward. Move the hands back. So we want to check to see if the hands go to the correct place. And then it's easier to grab. So doesn't feel right. It is getting the closest grab component, which is fine, but it's still snapping back. I think I need to do V interp 2. So we just basically get this point and then interp to that point. Target is going to be that. Current. No. That's the current. We get the motion controller. We find the closest point on the spline. We get the location at the spline point. Basically the location of where it is in the world, and then we move to it. So the target is this one. So it's figuring out the current location. Pistol slider. Get world location. I got a feeling this might go a bit wacky. I need to build a custom timer. Print string. Tab speed. 0 snap. Let's do like 5. See what happens, and then move that grab component back a bit, and move both these hands forward a bit more. Cool. Let's have a look. See what explodes. Okay. That works much nicer. It's just slow. I can never remember if it's... I know 0 is immediately snapped to that position, but I can never remember if the lower number moves faster, lower number moves slower. Do like 10, double what we had before. That's much better. $35. It actually feels like it feels like it has like weight to it. Like it's got a spring behind it, which is really nice. See how this feels. Once we figure this out, what we can replace that print, the event tick. We can sort out a way to get the delta time. So I can never remember if delta time is just 0.02 seconds, or if it's counting up. which we can actually test. There we go. Noise works. I use Roku and iClone. I followed your Oculus guide and was amazed I could get an animated character to appear in VR. It's so cool. The reload sound is strangely satisfying. It really is. I can't take credit for that though. It's from the Lyra template. So the guns. One of the things is I'd love to get the channel to a point where I can get like a Rocco suit, like get a sponsor so I don't have to buy one, and then do like a full VR thing. Like do animated characters and we build something fun with it. My positioning is all over the place. Now I'm taller. Feel like doing that. Might have to go back to the constant, which is fine. That's way better. This is one of those options where I could just keep fiddling with it, but I don't need to. You and then get time painting by handle. Let's try it. Joe Game, hello, glad to see you back. Glad to be back. Boys, I'm in the tune. I could potentially loan you one. It's getting it back, honestly. I feel a bit more comfortable if it's the company. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so that timer's not working. Plus, the last time I was in a mocap suit, I did not look good. It was a horrific sight. I should be able to use one of these. If not, I'm going to have to create a timer, which is just a pain in the ass. It only stays on 0.02. There we go. Guys, that feels so much better. There we go. Alright. I keep saying it, but I'm not worried about how the code looks just now. I can clean it all up afterwards. We can go from there. Okay. So, pick up a gun. We can shoot it, but nothing happens. We can rack it back. Nothing happens. Gun. In. And then we can then push it in with a hand. We get 5 bullets, but we can't shoot until we actually click it back. And then we can shoot. It. And then because they got different bullet counts, we got more rounds in this one. Cool. Guys, it feels so nice. It really does feel so nice. I need to rebuild. I need to split the guns now, don't I? The rifles. We kind of got the logic down on the pistols. It's working quite nice. I kept the old style as well, so you can actually shoot it and then eject the gun. And then I'm keeping them as arcade style, so like the arcade versions. Another probably logo. Where's the crap come? Strange. Take a look into that. Noiseworks. Did you ask them? They would lend one for sure. No, I haven't asked them yet. I need to come up with an idea for it. I think that's the main thing, is having an idea and a goal to do with the suit, so I can then make something and then send it back. Like there's a guy in here. We got this guy. I would love to do some custom animations for him. Do like little death animations or just something simple, so we can make like a tutorial out of it on how to get like the Roku set up to build custom animations for Unreal and then get them set up into here, but also have them included in the template. It's like razor blades. Yeah, to be fair, I'd probably just drop them an email if I can find one. Find their email and then give them a message and see if they'll be up for it. Any workflow video will be attractive to them, I reckon. It is. I think it's just the price of them. The companies like that are pretty wary when it comes to the price of a product and then sending it out. Especially since I've only got like 12,000 subscribers or something. It's not a lot. Because the channel's classed as... Basically the channel's a specialist channel with VR content. So doing something that way might work. But I'm not sure. Alright, I'm going around. I'm just flying around. What can we do next? It's either take the guns into Blender and split them apart for the rifles, and then begin working on those, or we try and improve some stuff with what we've got. I.e., in here we have a two-handed code. I wonder if I could just set this up as a component so we can drag and drop it on. Use the pistol as a master and go from there. Ask for version 1 of the suit. It's just as good. Probably well worn and smaller. That's it. I'm not small. Rocco. The last time I put a mocap suit on, I looked like a ham. So they got Clint on the main page. It's been a while since I've been on the website, to be fair. Game, AR and VR development. Motion capture. Focus on capture, no keyframe animation skills required. Probably have to make myself look better. It's like, this is it. They all like, it's always Unity. It would be cool to do. Integrations Unreal. Smelly though, not small. Ah, that makes more sense. But yeah, this would be awesome to do. Play around with Unreal mocap stuff. I have to have a think. See if I can come up with something first. But they've got an email, so do that. Free Zoom calls, see more capitals all time. That's pretty cool. For a free quote. Could be cool. Show game. I can't wait to have a mocap suit. Currently using Vive mocap kit. Does the trick, but not a lot of freedom of movement. I don't know the Vive mocap kit. I was looking at the Vive sensors. So these ones, the old VR trackers. I was looking at a couple of these, but I still don't know. I'd rather have a mocap suit. I just love the idea of doing some kind of VR short. Writing a story or doing some gun animations and that kind of thing. Basically, play with it. Play with it, see what we can come up with. See how easy they are to work with. Test some new kit. Michael, welcome back. Glad you're feeling better. I'm feeling much better. Although I'm starting to feel it. We've been going for... How long have we been going for? About an hour? 52 minutes, and I feel like I've done like a 6-hour live stream. But we keep getting distracted. But it's all good. Saying about turning this into a component, wasn't it? The two-hand stuff. It's only this little bit of code. That bit there. I could put it into a component and then just activate it with binds or event dispatches. But I don't know if it's necessary. The components are great, but I'm thinking for readability, that's what I'm trying to consider. Or just having a single hand version, which is this, and then you could just take the weapon and then have that as the master. So then create child blueprint class, open this up, and you can mix and match it for whatever you want in here. Probably be the best way to do it. Honestly think that would be the best way. Maybe expose some more stuff to it. But it might just be a bit too much to just overcomplicate it. Import 200. Yeah. I was considering doing a lens. So having a camera. So when you hold the rifle, like basically like a oh my god. Scope. So when you look through it actually zooms in. But I've got to weigh the performance. Like you can do it pretty easily, but you only want one of them activated in a scene at a time. And it's something I think I would rather leave that up to the developer. Like if you're building this, I'd leave that up to you. One thing we can do is probably add some kind of slide block out to the shotgun, Because this one doesn't doesn't block out. Like it doesn't slide back. Don't think. Let's have a look at the bones. Where are we going? Where are we? Yeah, there we are. Slow down. Cool. Here bones. Yeah, I've only got a couple. We could slide the barrel out. Shell eject. Fine. I was wondering why we had a root there. I thought it was a socket. I was like, we don't need a root socket. We've already got one. I think I need to bring these into Blender. I think that's it for now. I don't think there's a way I can improve the throwing for the grenades unless I rebuild the system. That's a case of getting the velocity from the controller over time when you're grabbing it, and then when it's released you do a compare the two vectors from basically the controller from here to then predict where it's going to go. That would be the easiest way of doing it, but I don't think mentally that I'm prepared to deal with the math involved. The main issue with the throwing really is this section here, which I've already changed around, is because when you're holding it has no physics, and then you need to turn physics on. So you need to detach it and then enable physics, which causes a hitch to make it just fall. I think that's the main thing. Don't think putting this the other way around is going to work all that well. Let's have a look. Yeah, the gun just flops around. Like if I throw it slowly, we kind of get it. My tracking's a bit off. I don't know why. It doesn't feel good at all. So if I do it too fast, that one worked fine. It also fell through the floor. Why the hell did it fall through the floor? What? Yeah, it just doesn't feel very nice. So that doesn't really make much of a difference where that goes. There needs to be a calculation done afterwards, so it kind of like throws it forwards. Always works. I'd like to see you use the rock or suit to control the environment in Unreal. For example, you reach up and start to rain, or reach down and the grass grows. I've got. Wait there. Give me just a second. There we go, I'm back. So I actually have this little guy, which is the Ultra Leap Leap 2 motion, which came out. So I pre-ordered this thing, which is the hand tracker, which would let Noiseworks do exactly what they want to do there, without a VR headset, which would be pretty good. The problem is, I tried setting it up with Unreal, and it was absolutely shit. It's not sponsored or anything. I pre-ordered this out of my own money on the idea of doing tutorials with it and building something cool. And the software was just crap, and the results inside of Unreal were also pretty bad. So I kind of just put it in the cupboard and forgot about it. So if anybody actually has some ideas of what I can do with it, then definitely let me know, because I would love to actually use it for something. But all VR headsets these days do hand tracking, and other than making your actual hand show up, there's not really much else to do with it. I don't know if I've got the software still installed. I'm pretty sure I do. I think it boots up every time I turn the computer on. Let me see if I can find it. It definitely boots up. It's got to be on. I just can't remember what it's called. This the one? There it is. So let me unplug my VR headset, and then I'll plug this in. Should work. So there, I can put it on my desk, and then I can see it. The problem is, that's my left hand, but it's kind of twisted back. And I got my right hand. I don't know what to do with it. Like, there's not that much you can do with hand tracking. So I've got desktop, screen top. That means it's on top of the PC. And then head mounted, which I think is when you put it on, stick it to the glue to the front of your VR headset. There we go. So we mirrored the display. Now that's my left hand. And I got my right hand. I bought it to try and think of like some cool stuff to do with it, but I just can't think of anything. Get chat back. But yeah. How would you get that into Unreal though? There's a plugin. So Ultra Leap have a plugin SDK for it. So if I just close that one down, pretty sure they've got a. Is this the right one? Ultra Leap's the headset, isn't it? Leap Motion. So yeah, apparently they've just got a plugin on the marketplace. See if we can find it. I don't actually know if it supports. Oh, it does support 5.2. Marketplace. Yeah, so that's the Leap Motion plugin. And then you can just install it to the engine. So it does support 5.3, so we could use it for something. And then you can just remap the hands to what you want, but the default ones look absolutely terrible. So you can map it to a skeleton Unreal and animate a mesh. Yeah, you can do whatever you want with it. It's basically a hand tracking plugin. So let's say you've got a cube in Unreal, you could have it so if I went into it, I could then do a pinch. Not too sure how Unreal detects it. I could pinch and then have it move the cube around in the scene or on the computer, and then do it that way. To be fair, if you guys fancy it, we could do a live stream at some point where we just play around with it and see what the hell happens, which could be worth a shot. But just make sure to let me know in the comments. Hey man, it's been a long while. How you doing? I'm doing better. I wasn't very well for a little bit, so this is kind of my return stream, and then I'm playing with hand tracking. But yeah, I'm not too sure. Does orientation make a difference? Yeah. There we go. So yeah. Yeah, it's like I had the idea of getting this to do. Ooh, what a horrible view. God, I thought I had spots all over my face. It's just a dirty monitor. Let's change this view. This is disgusting. Close. Yeah. Guess who got his first headset? Awesome. Did he get a quest? Should be good. See, this is all I know what to do with this thing. I don't know what else to do. Just put it into Unreal and just slap some stuff around. Slap a few ragdolls around might be fun. Yeah, seems to be the only thing. Looks like a boss from Elden Ring. Would be if you got the volumetrics up so high. Cool. Henry Valdivia, do I have to install a hardware to recon? This is record my hand. So this thing, it wasn't kind of the plan, but it's the Leap 2, the Ultra Leap, which is basically a hand tracker. So I plug it into the computer, or plug it into my PC, and then it can actually track both my hands, depending on what they're doing. But we were just having the discussion that I don't really know what to do with it. Mo, yeah, I did get a Quest 3, bro. Nice. Can't say what I developed. You know, it's better. Yeah, it's saved together. It's cool. Quest 3 is an awesome headset. The only reason I'm still using my Quest Pro is because I forget to charge the Quest 3. I've been putting this on the desk. But yeah, so we could play around with this thing and see what we can do with it. But other than that, I have no idea what you could use the hand tracking for. See, it feels a little bit pointless to me. I was so hyped with it. I was like, I'm gonna get this thing. We'll make some cool content, some videos, and then I put it in the cupboard and I just forgot about it. The fact that every headset has hand tracking built in now just seems a little bit redundant. Let's set these to hidden. Let's get back into it, get something done. So hidden. Let's hide what? hide those because we don't need them. But yeah. Better plug your headset back in. But yeah, if anybody's got an idea, definitely let me know, either in the comments or the Discord, because it would be cool to finally use it for something. I can't come up with a use case. Have you tried 5.4.1? What do you think of? What do you think of? Bloody little love heart. What do you think of it? Have you successfully built a package with it? I successfully built a package with 5.4. However, the package didn't launch. So I don't know if I've updated 5.4, so I haven't. What we could do is we could update this, and then we can take a look at migrating this project to 5.4 quickly, and then see if it'll build. So I'll let that download on the side, and once it's done, we can look at doing a build over in 5.4. Because I did a build, and it wouldn't launch. It just showed the Unreal. Woo! What we got? Try to free up space on your drive and attempt to install a game. I don't have space? I wonder why. Can you see all them projects? Good lord. Where is it? Where's it? 2 terabytes, I got no space. Games. City sample for 100 gigs. Jesus. Why is it not still? Just delete all of those. I can always re-download them if I need it. It should not break nothing. See if we can free up some space. Move that to the other screen while we sort stuff out. I went Oculus UE. That's just the Oculus version, 5.3, taking up 247 gigs. 60 gigs for my mixed reality tutorial series. God, it's just my machine's filled with crap. 5.1 is 60 gigs. 5.2 is 60 gigs. 5.4 and 5.3. Jesus. I got 257 gigs worth of Unreal Engine. How insane. This is pretty much saying I need to go through my Steam and just delete a bunch of games. I would delete the Oculus UE 3 source, but I have a horrible feeling as soon as I do, someone's going to message me needing it. Always happens. It's still trying to delete stuff. Damn. Alright. Let that do its thing in the background. All I can really think of doing is trying to clean up some of this code. Section. Check to see if we've got a current magazine. Pistol magazine. That cast needs to be changed. That 100% needs to be changed to something else, otherwise this pistol's only going to be able to read that one magazine. If we could do something more general, then we can have it work for different things. Cam, dropping in quick to say, great to see you back. Hope you're recovering well. I'm recovering, slowly. Probably shouldn't have done this, but it's been fun. I needed it. I was just losing my mind. Component, that's fine. Gee, I have a tricky one for you. I'm creating like a zip line. If I had a grab component, it does not move me as I stay in my hand. If I use a world climbable, it's kind of working. But I don't have access to grab. Any idea? I use the component overlap to check if user is climbing to trigger the movement. Are you using a default template or are you using the GDXR template? Because that would be the first question I have. I think really the result would be GDXR. Okay, I think the result will be the same. I think what you would need is, whatever you do, don't use a cable component. It might add physics and look nice, but it's so expensive, it's not worth doing. So I would have a spline go from one location to the other as an actor. And then on there, what I would do is I would do a grab component similar to how I've got the draw set up. So the draw example gets the grab component motion controller and then updates the draw position. You could use these to find the nearest point and then V interp 2. So on the pistol here we do a V interp 2, so it uses a timer to move from one end of the spline to the other end, and then that's how I would do that. I would just have it move the player based on the spline. So you could probably change the climbing method. Blueprints, character. Probably redo it so in here we get the climbing. So we single hand climb position. You say collision object type is world climbable, so it fires the single hand climb position. That'll tell the player that it's back into climbing inside of the character controller. Here for climbing. And then while it's in this part, rather than firing most of this, you would just move the actor. So you'll definitely have to do it yourself. But here, the set world location, you could probably just do that as the player and then see how it goes from there. That will probably be one way of doing it. But you definitely need like a custom setup for that. Havana, yo, I'm back. Awesome. Hope it went well. Gee, I didn't think of the draw. I looked at default of your moving climbing platform. Yeah, the draw would be the best place to start because it uses the spline. And that's all you've got, is you've got a spline from one point to another point, and then you just need to move the player along it based on the hand position. That's the main bit. Galvanic, what's the progress so far? Not much progress. We played around with the leap motion. We kind of got off topic. So we had a look at the Ultra Leap 2. And then had a discussion about that. And then played around with some blueprints. to be fair, it's been so chill that I feel like I'm just going around in circles. Why have I got 2? I'm gonna redo that. Don't really want to. Okay. Pistol. We did. Alright, we did add a V-interp 2 for the weapons, so if you grab the slider at the back, it actually moves backwards now, which is really nice. So it works quite well. Yeah, well, my back is a lot better since last week. Awesome. Need to do a lot of stretches and eating the meds. Eat some meds for 1 more week. Yeah, it sounds about right. Galvanic, cool. So we chilling. Basically chilling. Yeah, just plodding around, having a chat, and going from there. We were talking about morph suits. Not a morph suit, a mocap suit at one point, and then hand tracking, and basically that we don't know what the hell we can use this for, because it is pointless. Noiseworks. I've done literally nothing today. That's how I feel. I've done like 2 bugs, fixed 2 bugs. I had a hospital appointment this morning at 10:15, and I didn't get out of the hospital till 1 o'clock. Literally. And it was completely unrelated to what I've had done, like this whole past week. Something else. But yeah, they were so slow. Even the guys that I was seeing were like trying to hurry me through like the hospital. That was fun. It's so tempting to code in some timeline stuff for doing weapon recall, but it's not something I need to do. It's just getting a bit off track. Bring the weapons into Blender would be handy. Split them up as static meshes to redo that. We said about changing the actors here. I'm trying to think of a way to more generalize these. So like we've got a magazine, a gun magazine. Like how can I reuse this to work for any other gun? So let's say we could just duplicate this as a master, have a child blueprint magazine that can determine which gun goes in where. Which should be better to work with. It will be much nicer to work with. So if I do create child class, the magazine child, we can swap out the magazine here. We got the detection, we got the grab components. Snap can grab. Bullets remaining. Close that, I shouldn't have closed it. Child. So we got bullets magazine. Bullets remaining is valid. Fire magazine. On display. So that doesn't need to be exposed to the player. So that clears this up. Derive blueprints. Do that, is it gonna... I would have hidden it. Oh, there we go. Pretty much all that does is put it in the advanced bit here. So it's still hidden. So we got a number of rounds. So the question is now, do we do a tag system? So we say pistol magazine is the tag. And then we can tell the pistol to read that. So then we can have the rifle do a tag from there. That wouldn't be too difficult to do. Do collision. So other actor, current magazine, we could do actor has tag, and then that tag would be the magazine. So magazine tag, and then we can expose that. So pistol magazine, save. And then pistol magazine. Is this actor tag? Range actor tag. So that'd be fine. Magazine. So then as long as there it is. So that logic could then transfer over. As long as the user changes the tag to match what's in the gun, then it should just load in. So if I do another one, the rifle magazine, this one shouldn't allow me to load it. Disconnected because I unplugged it. Okay, let's try this now. You under there. Slide in. Eject. Grab you, little fella. And then it doesn't let me put it in. Cool. That should be pretty good. Oh, I just hit something. I just hit something on my keyboard. God, I need a haircut. Look like a moth. Well, at least we took it simple today. So it shouldn't be too difficult to refix that. There we go, we got it there. That's fine. Delete. Dock you. Delete you. Why? What just happened? It won't let me move the magazine. Weapon magazine master. I did it. I think that should be okay, and then you could, in theory, just add whatever logic you want to the magazine, duplicate it, and then go from there. Keep it as the master, and then we can duplicate it, change the mesh, and we just need to add the collision content to the rifles when it comes to it. So it'll be a case of setting up this collision down here. I don't know what to do with it. No. I was wondering if I could just put it into a component and then I can just drag and drop it on and position it. But that's fine, really. I'm quite surprised that I can't put the pistol slider as a child of the slider spline. I feel like I should be able to do that. Just pop that on there and have it work the same way. Let's try it again. Because logically that makes more sense. But that happens, the gun collides and bounces around. So what's the difference between that and the spline? Doesn't have collisions, does it? It's a spline. Shouldn't overlap. Should not be overlapping. Show collision. Don't want to do complex because it's just unnecessarily expensive. It is the collision with this. Very strange. That should be okay. It's that. It's gonna be show similar collision. There you are, that's the problem. Collisions were overlapping. There we go. So hopefully now it can be a child of the spline, which logically makes sense. And then we can also should be able to pick you up. Oh. Did you know? So why did you fall over? I don't want you to fall over. I don't want you to fall over because it's clipping the front. See, it's really tempting to just put this as complex collision as simple, but it doesn't need it. This should be fine. It's cheaper to calculate these couple of boxes than it is to do the whole mesh. There we go. Nice. And then you can actually tidy that up quite a bit. Oh. Audio. What's the location? One thing I want to do is improve the whole muzzle stuff. So if I go to the pistol, when we pull the trigger up to the counter, tidy all that up. Play sound, single shot, impact point, muzzle flash. This does the line trace. So this draws the line. And then adds impulse at the end. Cool. Body. I don't think I'm using that for anything. Muzzle location. You transform. Ooh. They should come out the end. Let's have a look. Let's see how it goes. Ayo, let's go. God, why does it feel like Friday? Quite good. Can't remember if I've got it working on this one. Test that widget interaction as well. Why do things keep disappearing? What the? Definitely need to redesign. Ooh. I feel like it's been a while since I've been in this room. I really want to update this as well. Update the whole UI HUD system, because people don't realize that it's in there. Built this in now, so if you put your head through the wall, be like, nah, stop looking. And I shouldn't teleport through the walls as well. It is quite nice to shoot the UI stuff though. What? Could do with fixing the sights a little. It fixed the rotation. rotating around. He plans to implement shuttle controls, rewind, pause, etc. for animated meshes. No. I'm not really sure what you mean, to be honest. But something like that would be more custom, so it'd be something for you to add in yourself. You can pause the game as it is, but I'm not too sure what you mean by shuttle controls. Still body, muzzle socket. Try this. Debug. Gee, you got the joystick though. Yeah, I've got a joystick. You can build a shuttle from that. You can for like actual shuttle control, like space shuttle controls, like spaceships and that. You can use all the stuff in here as child actors to then feed them into a character or a pawn to then have them fly around. We are hitting the right place. I turned on occlusion culling today. Did you gain frames or did you lose a whole bunch? I realized I was going to put this into 5.4 and then build it to the headset. That doesn't count though because this worked before. It was the default VR template that didn't work. That was the problem. Shuttle control is a term used sometimes for a radial wheel menu. I considered it, you know. I considered having like a VR. Like building in a radial menu, something like this, into the template to make it just a little bit nicer. But I kind of started focusing on everything else. Occlusion culling, but notice that occlusion culling doesn't work on Niagara effects. Very strange. I didn't realize they had fixed occlusion culling to begin with. It's like, this is the kind of menu that I'd love to build. So you have the radial one pop up and then you use the thumbstick to go to it, and then you can like click the thumbstick again to go to another menu, and then you got the other settings to go down. just something that feels so much nicer to use. But they're pretty complex to build. That's the main issue. So building a nice feeling radial menu is part of the problem. I don't want to replace the one that I've got with something that's worse. But yeah. Yeah, in the engine I got 20 plus FPS, so now up to 320 in the level without foliage. As soon as you add foliage, you'll lose all your frames anyway. But make sure, if you're doing standalone, make sure you're 100% testing with the build version. Because occlusion culling can work on desktop because of the GPUs, but as soon as you put it on a headset, it might not work. Because they did break it with mobile occlusion culling, and that's where the problem lies. Noiseworks. One of those radial menus that controls animation montages will be amazing. You could build that. You could have. I'll close the window now. But you could have a radial menu that casts to the selected. So you select an actor in the scene, and then you store that selected actor in the game instance, for example. And then when you open the menu, it gets the actor and then casts to it animation. And you could go from there. Guys, I was trying to submit that and gave up working on it for 3 days. I gave up the type of. Yeah, last week I was trying to make that and gave up working on it for 3 days. But yeah, there is stuff I'd like to change. I want to do a whole redesign of the built-in menu for the template. Like user menu. Like there's so much in here that could be rebuilt and redesigned to just be much nicer. And I think having it on the controller as a radial menu would be, one, really pretty, and two, easier to navigate and use. But I don't know how to do it. Not the radial menu. I know how you can like build one of those quite well. It's the interactions for having like layered menus. So like you select one option and then it opens up a new section on it rather than a new section just doing the same thing. Oh, could you do that? Alright, I'm just thinking. Could totally do it. Noiseworks, sub-menus, branching options, sounds like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how you would do it procedurally because of the design. I can't think of how I could get a UMG to work as though it was a radial menu. But I could hard build it. So if I bring that window back up, VLR radial menu. Which one? This one. So we use this as an example. You could have the main bit here, and then the outside bit. If you select one of these, it's super easy to change this whole design on the center. But getting this bit to pop up, it would have to be like a widget switcher that would be put in there. It wouldn't be procedural, it would have to be specifically designed. So if you think about the middle bit would be one UMG, this ring would be a second UMG, this part here would be a third UMG, and each one of these would be another UMG, and then you could add them in and remove them where needed. That would work, but it wouldn't be procedural. It wouldn't be like super easy to just go in and add something into here. This is where you would have to have like an actually designed menu to make it work, I think. I want to make something like the Sword Art Online menu system. I haven't played it. No. Like this one. That's easy. That's just UMGs. You select a button and you add a new UMG to the side of it, and then you add another UMG. You kind of go through it. Yeah, pretty much what I've just said. You just split each element into a UMG. And then you can spawn it in where you need it. So the GIF play. It'll be the same one. Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't make that. You should be able to do that. It's not too bad. A sub-child of each other. Yeah, it could be a child. You could have a child actor and then have it move out. Or just a different component, or even a widget switcher. So it's one UI, but when you press a button, it shows a different, switches out the widget switcher for it. So in the master one here, I have this widget switcher where I can go through and scroll through each UI. So if you kind of think of this as this section here on the left, you could have this one over here on the right, so it then just switches through. That would be one way to do it. That would probably be the easier way of doing it. I'm just not happy with the menu itself. I'm not a graphic designer, which makes it really difficult for me to redesign it. Like navigation and all that works pretty well, so I can open it up. And then settings, I've got all my options in here. But it definitely needs a redesign. Distance further away. Yeah, there's a few things I could do with improving with that menu. Can't reach the gun. I have to move it up. Ooh. No collisions on that one. I don't know why when I release the gun. It's grabbing the magazine. Okay. So that is a bug to fix. To active, we need to detach like a magazine. Grab component. We attach the actor and then we set the location. Not too sure how else will work. In my hand. Are we grabbing it? Let's see if we can grab the magazine. Put it in there. Do I disable it? Grab, I set it to false. Current magazine. So we figure out a way to grab this back out of the gun. So if we can, it would be super handy. We'll need it for the rifle anyway. So we can grab it, but it doesn't attach. Chaos. We can eject the magazine, but we can also grab the magazine. Grabbing the magazine doesn't attach it to the correct place on the hand. That's going to be because the grab type is being set to magazine. Okay, it should do. We're not attached to a component, we're attached to actor, aren't we? It's component to component. Grab it. Like on physics, false. And then we attach it. But it's not snapping. which means something else is moving. Magazine not already set to grab type snap? Oh no, it's set to snap. Why did I change it to snap and then do it in the blueprint? What was the reason? Like it was still attached. Now it's attached to the hand. Oh. Very strange. Collision. Already got it. So when I pick it back up, we allow the collision to happen again. That's fine. But when we grab it from the pistol, we need two different types, don't we? We need to tell it that it's one in the gun. If it's released in the gun, it's not going to fall down, it's just going to attach. Then if it's held, it goes back to snap grab type. So, grab component. Set the grab type to snap. As soon as we grab it, we set it back to snap. Worried I'm about to make a loop. And then I broke it. And it breaks. Jill, good morning. Glad to see you recovered. I'm back at it. I'm back at it for a little bit. I've got a feeling I'm going to wrap up in a minute though. I'm starting to feel like crap. I would really like to figure this out though. Get this sorted and see what's causing the problem. We grab it, it's just not, it's not snapping. We can't do that here because we grab it, fires this, and then changes to snap. We'd have to set it back to snap. Yeah. Pretty sure we need to attach it. Wait there, I could do that. I had magazine snap. Let's see what happens. Okay, which one of those? There, released it. I feel like I need to set this back to snap once it's finished. Doesn't go. That one broke now. Very strange. Jill, all those casts going through successfully. I'm late to the party here, so I'm not sure what you've already tried. All the casts are fine. Basically what's going on is was trying to set it up so I could grab the magazine out of the gun, but I changed the magazine grab type, so when I grab it afterwards, it's offset. So I can't really do a loop to change it back. It's just not going to work. But changing the grab type back to snap doesn't seem to be detaching it from the attached actor. Like get attached pair, it needs to detach from the component. Ooh, that might have been an issue. Don't know. Don't know if that's gonna work. Are you using some sort of int to release it, or just trying to grab it right out of the gun? So there's two ways you can release it. You can press a button and it'll eject the magazine. So if I go up to it, grab one, place it in, or it should place in. I definitely broke it now. Wait there, let me sort out my terrible terrible code. It's gonna be this one, I'm pretty sure. There, snap. Menu. Slide in, rack. I can press a button on the controller and then I can eject it. I can pick it up and then put it back in. But then the goal was to try and grab it back out, but it does that. It like attaches to the spline, rotates around it, and then when you do it, it doesn't release. So it's a reference somewhere messing up and then keeping it attached to the hand. But it's not like a crazy important thing to fix right now. But I was just trying to take a shot at it to see if I could figure it out. Sorry. Oh, it's like razor blades. I feel like on try grab, I need to just detach it. I need to set it back. This is just really rough. I'm just genuinely trying this to be. The magazine snap is basically for this one here to go through to there. Try grab and then snap works on the same one. So this can just literally be on magazine snap. And then we don't need this. It should be doing the same thing. The problem is if it's not in a gun, it's not going to release. So now it's on snap, which is going to work fine. It's going to go in, do what it needs to do. However, if I pick this up now and let go, it's not going to work. Because of this. So that's why I was changing it before. Right, so it was in the hand. It was in the hand, the grab type. Would be snap. But if it's on the gun, so if it's put into the gun, insta. Have a look. Right, there we go. In, release, slide it up, rack, go for it, and then I pick it up, and do exactly what we want it to do. But we can't grab it back out. So once it's in the gun, set to magazine snap. Once we grab it again, almost looks like your grab isn't grabbing the right component. It's grabbing the right component, but it's not detaching it, so it looks offset. I'm pretty sure that's what's causing the issue. Is it's still technically attached to the gun and the hand, so it tries to do both. That one. This is happening after we've attached it. So yeah, go on there. I need the owner of a component. Can I remember which one it is? There we go. It's definitely not detached. I think there's a timer still running somewhere. That's what it is. I wonder if I've screwed up and I'm not pausing one of these timers. It's the only one I can think of. Okay, start moving. Put it in. So just stop. But as soon as I grab it, it starts again. Ooh. Okay. I grab it, it starts again. Because it's overlapping. Just try this. Through, allow. It section set. If we put a magazine in, say no, and then is grabbed. Then you could have something like pistol, current magazine. Oh, I need to do it after this one. Just doing this as just a pseudocode test run, to be fair. Just want to see if I'll attach it to the hand and not jump around. Be handy if I plugged that in, wouldn't it? Because once I can kind of get the logic in a state that works, we can tidy it all up. There we go. Wrap components off. So it is, it's detaching it and it's causing an issue. Alright. Two seconds, guys. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Alright everyone, it's been a bit more of a chill stream, but I'm starting to feel a bit rougher than what I was when I started. So rather than just having everybody sit in silence and watch me think about stuff, I'm probably going to wrap up and go sit on the sofa. And then pretend I did something. Yeah. Alright everyone, thanks for dropping by. If you're not already, make sure you check out the Discord. We've got a decent amount of people in there now. And it wouldn't be what it is without all of you. So it is very, very helpful. But yeah. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop rambling because my mouth hurts. Alright guys. See ya. Bye.